Hello, this is Bobby D. We're going to be showing you a video of the island of Rhodes when we made a trip to Greece. It's the largest of the Dodecanese islands in the nation of Greece, often called the Island of Knights because of the occupation of St. John. The ancient city of Rhodes, which you see at the top of the map, was built in 409 BC. We traveled about 2/3 of the way down the island to the city of Lindos. Above the city of Lindos, which you're seeing now, was an acropolis and also a temple of Athena. It's surrounded by the remaining walls of the castle that was built by the Knights of St. John in Jerusalem. You see that in the steps that are going up there. It was built around 6th century BC, was destroyed in 312 and immediately rebuilt. Here's an altar that was about halfway up the steps, and I've already traveled 3/4 of the way up, and then I had to face these steps finally leading up to the castle itself. There are the interior walls of the castle, and when I got up here I almost wished I had gotten on a donkey and ridden part way up. I chose to walk up what became a nearly endless series of steps to the acropolis and the temple. You're looking here at that wall of the castle, and the jumble of rocks that are there were really difficult for me with my poor vision to just walk across this area. It was very, very difficult. Here's some of the pillars of the buildings on top. I don't know which one was the temple of Diana or Athena or the Acropolis. Here you look down on the city of Lindos again and the surrounding countryside. You can see here that the ground is very dry and barren on the island of Rhodes, at least in this area. Now we're kind of peeking through the edge of the castle wall and looking down on the blue Mediterranean. And there is the Bay of St. Paul. It's where Paul was shipwrecked on his way to Rome as he traveled from Jerusalem all the way to Rome. Now we're looking down on the entire area of the castle, and you can see again how difficult it is to just walk along there. Again, there are the pillars, and I've often wondered if they carved those pillars at the top or whether they had to carry them all the way up those endless number of steps that are only about 3 to 4 feet wide at the most, and that's only in the generous areas. Again, looking out over the Mediterranean area on this west side of the island of Rhodes. Okay, I need all the men to not focus on that part of the scenery, but focus on the island and the Acropolis. We're walking over to the edge now, which is an area with a huge wide staircase that comes up to this part of the island. And here's a still picture of it. I can't remember if I actually walked down these steps to get off of the top of the Acropolis or not, but there were other ways to get down to the main floor of these structures that are here. As we walk over, you can see where the parts of the roof were that joined the pillars together. I'm not sure what that one structure is that's down at the bottom that appear to be held up by guy wires. I think that is actually a modern structure, but I don't know exactly what it was. Again, fascinating to see this and the ruins that you're seeing there ahead of it. Another view of the Bay of St. Paul. Would have been great to be able to see what these buildings were like when they were actually in use. Another view of the Bay of St. Paul, and it seemed fitting for me to add these pictures of the setting sun from the deck of our cruise ship. We hope you enjoyed this little video of our trip, and we thank you for watching it.